Moving on now, and you can do some pretty cool things on your phone, but now you can actually herd cattle through a platform called Agersens. The eShepherd technology teaches livestock to move or stay within a boundary set up by the farmer. For more, I'm pleased to say we're joined by CEO and founder Ian Reilly from our Melbourne studio. Ian, appreciate your time today. Look, just walk us through this. How does this work?
Well, essentially it takes some CSIRO intellectual property and research, and we're commercialising that into a collar and a base station, along with a phone app or a tablet app that a farmer would use. So essentially the farmer puts a collar like this one on his cows, and the collar contains a GPS chip, so it knows where the animal is. It knows where the fence boundary is because that's come through the wireless base station from the farmer's phone or tablet. And then this contains a training algorithm that trains the animal to move or stay within a virtual boundary based on a number of stimulus. There's an audio cue and there's an electric stimulus that makes life uncomfortable if the animal is crossing the boundary. So it functions very much like a GPS-based electric fence.
All right, so this is the idea of teaching the livestock in terms of where not to go beyond and what shock therapy.
That's right. So the training program teaches them to respond to the audio cue, so that after a few attempts and realising that life is uncomfortable if you continue moving in the wrong direction, the software then is training that animal to respond to that audio cue. And we find that after a few times the animals learn that and then they respond to the audio cue alone. So they get a beep sound and then they respond by either stopping or turning aside or deciding to turn back and go and graze a little further away.
And look, what do you see as the key benefits of this, other than, I assume, being able to do away with the costs of actually fencing?
Yeah, so cost of fencing is one issue, and certainly it helps with that. But primarily it enables the farmer to automate the grazing control of his or her livestock across their properties. So you can imagine on very large rangeland properties in the centre of Australia, they have almost no control over where those animals are grazing, except in across very large areas. So this enables them to match their stocking rate to their feed availability, and that enables them to increase the whole productivity of the operation while also cutting costs. Because with this, by moving the fence boundary, we can also automate mustering. That reduces the risk involved in doing that and musters animals at a slow and easy pace, reduces losses and enables them to basically muster 100% of their stock.
Wow. Have you had much feedback from farmers themselves in terms of the level of interest, level of demand for the product?
Yeah, we're getting increasing excitement not only in Australia and New Zealand but around the world. So we have inquiries coming in every day from both farmers but also people who are really concerned about managing the environment and protecting rivers and waterways. So in Australia we have a lot of resource managers such as catchment management authorities, wanting to use this as a flood and fireproof method to keep cattle out of rivers and waterways and protect those important assets. But at the same time, it's wildlife friendly because there's no barbed wire or electric fence wire to harm or injure any native wildlife.
Fantastic. Look, Ian Reilly, appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.